Now, here are Gail and George Nicozzi to tell us about this year's National Award recipient.
So the most incredible thing about this amazing group of people standing before you is that while the PPA National Award is the most prestigious award any PPA affiliate organization can bestow, not one of its recipients set forth with the intention of earning it. We weren't trying to get here, we were just being ourselves. We picked up one little thing at a time, we helped out here, volunteered there, we participated fully, and we've done our best to advance this field or this organization by trying to always leave things better than we found them. And through it all, we've tried to make others feel included, supported, and valued in the process. That all said, George and I are still humbled to be standing here amongst these greats.
We are equally humbled and honored to welcome this year's recipient into the fold. In fact, when this person's name was brought forth as a nominee, we were certain that they must have already had been a recipient. Much to our delight, they were not, and we have the opportunity to correct that here this evening.
It's hard to think about photography or PPAM without thinking about this person. Through the years, this has saved the moment, the day, the convention, and even a camera or two on more than one occasion. This person is calm under pressure, has an unbelievable poker face, seems to be able to fix anything, except maybe that one camera.
And if you're lucky enough to find yourself in the hospitality suite at story time, he will undoubtedly tell you a story that has you rolling on the floor in laughter.
With that said, and I'm going to say the name because I feel like I want to say this and be able to go forward, but I'm going to ask this person to not come forward yet so we can finish the rest of our speech first. So with that said, we'd like to introduce this year's National Award recipient, Stephen Sedman.
All right, let's give him a little applause, then we'll get back to the speech. You can't sit there, that's my seat. Oh, thank God, I was so sick of holding that in. Oh, okay, my part, yes, okay. Here's Gail keeping me on task. Where am I? Here, okay. For those of you who don't know Steve very well, we wanted to gather more information to share with you. So I started doing some research, excuse me. That cocktail was strong. Of course, this means trolling him on Facebook. So taking one look at his Facebook page, it was quickly evident to me what was most important to him. Sorry. Oh! That's it.
Well, one more.
One look at his Facebook page, and it's really obvious, and I can say this like with all my heart, that Steve is all about his family. But let me tell you why, Gail, I think that his family is so important to him.
Okay, you're done. Sorry, Steve. On a more serious note, if you've ever talked to Steve, you know that his wife, Kelly, is the love of his life, and that his daughters, Ariel, Hannah, and Sarah, light up his whole world. For Steve, it's all about family. But family comes in many forms. While his personal family will always come first, Steve's dedication to his PAM family and his contributions to the industry started far before he became an official member.
Was I this one?
Steve, as many of you I'm sure recall, was a critical part of the Luster Color team. In fact, Ken Wilson describes Steve as absolutely instrumental in digitizing Luster Color. Right?
Yeah. Amen.
Something you might not know is that before working at Luster Color, Steve worked as a parking valet. This is so fun. One day, he saw a help wanted sign out front and went in to apply. He was hired to work in customer service, and in no time became Luster Color's go-to tech guy.
Any photographer who called Bless the Color with questions about going digital, or about anything to do with digital, were referred to Steve. Something else you may not know about Steve is that he was instrumental in putting together Luster Colors trade show booths, one of which was a really cool three-dimensional display of layered prints. He was also the very first person to design digital templates using Kodak software. In fact, the Kodak guys didn't even know how to do this, or even know that it could be done. Luster Color was very lucky to have him.
That's how Steve is. He's a revolutionary. He's always looking not for how things have been done or are done, but how they can possibly be done. He sees the potential all around him, and he's a remarkable friend and colleague because he sees the potential in the people around him too.
You might say that Steve has a lot of heart. But Steve truly is a brilliant person. He can fix anything and is not afraid of taking on big challenges.
Some other things you might not know about Steve. He loves motorcycles.
He's pretty handy fixing cars.
He's a thrill seeker.
He seriously once talked his way onto an airplane without valid ID.
The only artwork hanging on his walls is work that he created.
He doesn't like amusement parks.
He always roots for the underdog.
If he sets his mind to something, there's no stopping him. It's as good as done.
And his best pickup line was 31 years ago when he asked Kelly, "Do you want to come to my beach house and see my paintings?"
That's brilliant. I've never tried that one.
Throughout the years that he's been involved with Pam, Steve has worn many hats. Some more colorful than others, some big and some small, but all of them important. He served as the print chair, vice president of programs, vice president of technology, and most recently as our past president. Ask anyone who's ever held these roles and they will tell you they are no small feat. But he's done them well, and each time leaving our organization a little better and a little stronger. For instance, Steve was involved in the redesign of our PAM website to improve usability for members. He created the Evolve theme to remind us to constantly be striving to learn and improve. And he's responsible for the concept and design of our annual Photopalooza series, which not only provides additional opportunities for our members, but also helps keep our budget in balance.
So his accomplishment, excuse me, I beg pardon. He is an accomplished photographer, to say the least. Most recently earning his PPA Master Photographer degree this past January. And throughout the years, he's been committed to sharing his time and knowledge with others by leading photography workshops and Lightroom trainings for our members.
But maybe what's most important is that Steve has been a trusted and valuable friend to so many of us in this room. He always goes above and beyond, and he never turns away a person in need. He's the kind of guy you can call at almost any hour with a random question or problem. He asks thoughtful questions, and he genuinely offers his time and resources to help. He's a take action kind of man, and for all that he has done for photography, for Pam, and for us, we're very pleased to be able to honor him here this evening. Steve Sedman, would you please come forward to accept this great honor?